You guys are so strong. It's never fun following here in Diana, but hello everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you to May and Justin for inviting us to roast and toast you today. I'm very aware of the risk that you are taking by having us with a microphone tonight. So we're grateful. For those of you that I haven't met, my name is Kevin, and I'm the best friend that Justin has ever had in his life. Best man 1A. I'm up here with best man 1B. My inferior, slightly shorter, and much paler co-pilot. That's awesome.
Thanks, Kevin. I'm very excited to be up here with you. And I'm really excited to be up here celebrating Justin and May tonight on such a beautiful occasion, and thank you for having us. When we wrote this speech, our one goal was to be authentic to ourselves, be authentic to our relationship with Justin, and I just have to say that's incredibly unfortunate for Justin. You see, my parents always told me that if I didn't have anything nice to say about someone, I shouldn't say anything at all. But Justin insisted I was up here, so I'm going to give it a shot. So where do I start? He's handsome, he's witty, he's intelligent, he's charming, he's, Justin, what does this one say? I can't read it right
That was a good one, Smart. Just like to take the audience's temperature here. This is a big group of people gathered here tonight. Publicly, during admittedly, some troubling times. So we just like to address the elephant in the room at the top, just so it's not awkward for the rest of this test. Justin's dancing during the sin heat last night. He gave it an extra shot before it showed up right there. And at the end of the day, you just looked like a baby giraffe learning how to walk up there. I will admit to you all that I am genuinely really nervous to be up here tonight, honoring Justin and May on the biggest day of their lives. I'm seriously really nervous. But at least now, all these years later, I can finally empathize for what it felt like for Justin when he spent alone time with May's parents during high school.
But we're a long way from high school now, and the Heggie Graywalls have become one big family, as you guys have seen tonight. And one thing that's clear from this whole weekend is that it really is a big family affair. So we'd like to pause and give a big round of applause to May's parents, Dr. Graywall and Dr. Rye.
Thank you for the wonderful toast and the wonderful weekend. You were both kind and gracious hosts. We do have a joke on here for the rest of the extended Graywall family. We're just going to skip it because we figure you probably won't remember the speech tomorrow anyway.
And now, a round of applause for the parents of the groom, Hugh and Diana Heggie. Two of our favorite people on the face of the earth. Ever since I met them, they've treated me like their family. Hugh with his gentle brilliance and his inability to age. Diana with her loving southern charm and selflessness. It's incredible, and it's really a shame that Justin didn't get either of those qualities. But he will always have a wonderful example of what it is to be in a committed, loving marriage.
We are ultimately here to celebrate the union of high school sweethearts. I'll get to that eventually. But long before Justin met May, and long before he met Max, he had a middle school sweetheart. A gangly, big-eared, impressionable young child named May. That's right, May, and that's right, Max. I am Justin's middle school sweetheart. And I'm feeling a bit competitive about this weekend. A middle school sweetheart's bond is unbreakable, sealed forever by navigating together the trials and tribulations of puberty. Middle school dances, rated R movies for the first time, and some other stuff. I will not share stories about the other stuff, but I will share a brief story about when I knew that Justin and I were going to form a bond as best friends that could never, ever be surpassed by anyone, least of which Max. Justin is genuinely one of the smartest people I've ever met in my entire life. So smart, it's often infuriating. Especially when he's the first one to remind you. The best example of Justin's brilliance is when Justin studied organic chemistry in 8th grade, all by himself, for the sport of it, while the rest of us were learning real-world skills, like building model river deltas in a normal science class. His intellectual curiosity and general arrogance proved powerful to this day. The one thing that Justin has always sucked at is math. He did so poorly on his pre-year 6th grade math test that he was stuck in the same group as me. Sitting together, relegated to the average to generally below average section of math class. A beautiful lifelong relationship took place. It pains me to confess to Hugh, Diana, Mom and Dad over there. Literally all Justin and I did that year in 6th grade math was listen to the 2008 top hits on my brand new iPod Shuffle. We had been friends since we met in 4th grade, but it was 6th grade math where I knew that I had a best friend for life in Justin. A friend who would rather mumble "You Belong With Me" by Taylor Swift than solve for X. And taking that year off from algebra may have ruined our chances of ever working at NASA. But I would 100 times out of 100 rather be up here 13 years later, celebrating you on the biggest day of your life, than floating up in space to get back.
I knew it'd be hard to follow Kevin's speech, and boy was I right. Kevin, you really got to start enunciating. But I have to give it to you. You've known Justin for longer than me. Yet even with a 5-year head start, this guy couldn't secure a sole best manship. And while I could also talk about how bad Justin is at math in great detail, I'm instead going to tell you how I know that I am Justin's best friend. So let's fast forward a bit. In high school, Kevin and I were always part of Justin's very elaborate promposals to May, where he would usually have us dress up in these crazy costumes and really just help him out. So one year it was Wizard of Oz themed, and Justin had me be the Tin Man, and very fittingly had Kevin be the Cowardly Lion. The perfect role for Kevin. 7 years later, when Justin decided to do the real thing, his proposal, he once again had the perfect role for Kevin. Nothing. Kevin was not there. You see, as Kevin very elaborately just told you all, Justin's a very smart guy. And being the smart guy that he is, he waited until Kevin moved to a small town in Ghana, across the world, before he decided to propose to May. And to top it all off, I had a big role to play. I think Justin's exact words were, "Max, I need you to hide in the bushes really far away and take pictures." It was going to be perfect. also the kind of guy who goes all out. I mean, last year for Valentine's Day, I bought my girlfriend some flowers and a bottle of wine, and Justin bought me a dog. So I thought the night was going to be pretty good, and it was. It was beautiful. Justin and May sitting under the string lights, surrounded by candles. Me in the bushes doing my best Rambo impersonation. I didn't think anything could ruin the night. And then Justin pulled out his guitar. His rendition of Perfect by Ed Sheeran wasn't as perfect as May walking down the aisle today to the same song. It was an absolutely perfect moment, and I am very happy to have been a part of it. And I have one more thing to admit. While I was there in the bushes, I wasn't alone. I was surrounded by hundreds of bugs. The biggest of which was named Kevin Berg, who had FaceTimed me from Ghana at 3 in the morning. Because no matter what happens with us three, we're always there for each other. And it was a big step that Justin was taking, and Kevin had to be there, unfortunately.
There are actually a lot of people that would call Justin their best friend, and that is not by accident. Okay. Justin is a natural connector. His personality is infectious. He's the glue for so many relationships, not just me and Max. Don't just take it from us, though. I encourage you, Justin, to look around the room at some of the faces that your gravity as a friend has brought back to Phoenix this weekend. From all over your life. Ben Norman. Gavin Singer.
Yeah!
Nick Matz. It's an eclectic group of misfits. From all phases of your life, the one thing that we all have in common is that we're here for you, to celebrate you. And each of these faces is a unique testament to the power of your friendship.
Now, I'll turn all of our attention to the union that we're here for. The ultimate power couple, May and Justin.
Yeah!
May, 3 years into med school, on her way to become a world-class doctor. And Justin, 3 years into whatever Justin does, on his way to becoming a world-class stay-at-home dad.
Before their professional lives continue, Justin and May are heading off to Costa Rica for a month-long honeymoon. This trip is going to be a rapid test of their new marriage. They are lucky, however, that they get to do that rapid test on the beach, while the rest of us are getting hours next week at Walgreens. In all seriousness, though, speaking directly to Justin first, I could not be happier that you and May are officially married. May is one of the most thoughtful, caring, and passionate people that I've ever met. And the smile that you had during the ceremony this evening only confirms something that we've all known since we were 17 years old. That you and May make each other the happiest people on the face of this earth. To May, I know you already know this, Justin's the full package. Generous, kind, genuine, unendingly curious, and bursting at the seams with energy. I could not be prouder to be his friend, but tonight I formally cede my position, my inside position as middle school sweetheart. It's all yours. I can't wait for you to spend the rest of your life.
Yeah!
And once again, I'm having trouble following Kevin. But this time it's because I couldn't have said it better than he just did. Justin, May, you are two of the most incredible people I have ever met in my entire life. And I am so thankful to have been a part of your journey so far, and excited to see where you go in the future. And really, if the past is any indication of what's to come, you two are going to have an incredible adventure together, and I just Hope you're okay with Kevin and I tagging along every now and then. So, cheers to the bride and groom, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah!